What's up, Angel City? It's your girl Panda here, and I am joined today by the only person I better ever be joined by on this podcast. I am here in beautiful Alondale, California with my girl, Nina Kiefer. What is going on?
What a day it is. I'm still on a high from this entire week. I mean, rivalry week. Let's go.
Yeah, try to say that 3 times real fast,
We'll
by the
be
way.
trying later today. Don't even worry. By the end of this, we will have finished our wine and we will give you a good tongue twister. Cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Yeah, what a weekend it was. Depending obviously on where your allegiance lies with some things, but definitely
But if you're here,
if you're an Angel City fan, then we know that you are waking up feeling pretty amazing today, which is Sunday. And whenever you're listening to it, you're probably still feeling pretty darn good because a win at the bank always feels amazing, but it's twice as nice when it's against your SoCal rival, the San Diego Wings.
Yeah, let's go. It's been a fun weekend. You know, we got to tailgate on Saturday, but you know, Amanda, you were doing some other fun stuff. You know,
yes.
Occasionally we have these like once in a lifetime events for friends or family or friends who are basically family. So we want to kick off this episode by congratulating Casey on her upcoming wedding.
Yes, my friend and coworker Casey, she had her bachelorette party this weekend in Palm Springs, which I'd never been to. And as much as it pains me to have to miss an Angel City game, there are a few things that I will miss it for. And she's definitely one of them. And we had such an amazing time. I got to meet a bunch of her friends that she grew up with and is good friends with. And they were all amazing. And we got these cute little bags that says, "Welcome to Casey's bachelorette weekend, Palm Springs." Aren't these like so cute? Like the attention to detail was incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
We had such a good time. We ate and drank and swam and sweated a lot. Ooh.
And you know what? To make you feel at home, we are inside with the windows shut so no one else can hear us. And so we don't get a lot of outside noise. I'm sweating.
I appreciate you making me feel like I'm still in Palm Springs because, yeah, it's, I should have just done like, we could have done a bikini pod.
That's one way to get our viewers up.
That's right. Definitely.
We want to thank the first 10 people who have subscribed to us. We appreciate you.
And the few that may have just unsubscribed. Thank you.
But if you are new to our podcast, we are on every platform, but really we are trying to grow this YouTube channel a little bit. So go on over to YouTube, take a look, let us know what you think. We're constantly trying to tweak and improve our YouTube presence here.
Yes. And I like doing these live because you guys get to see our creative process and what it takes to get to the craziness that you guys hear on the podcast. So
I think that's part of the problem though. Like you get to see my genuine reactions and see how often I reach for my wine glass. Like,
or how many times I go, like, I probably shouldn't laugh at that. And now you're going to know. But either way, so much fun. We hope you enjoy watching this craziness and knowing that obviously we don't edit, you know?
We don't. It's a problem.
We're one take cowboys, let me tell you. So
we just roll with it. You know, whatever happens. We're here for you. Yeah. So,
but I feel like everybody listening to this had a crazy weekend. Even if you weren't at a bachelorette party like me, I have a good feeling a lot of you watched or were at a game on Friday night that was insane. And obviously we are not a podcast for that, so we won't go into it, but I'm sure you guys all woke up feeling one of two ways on Saturday. And I feel like we were all able to come together on Saturday and either keep the party going or maybe lick the wounds a little bit and feel like you came out of the weekend ahead, because I think that this win with Angel City over San Diego was huge for a lot of reasons. Little criticism.
Wait, what happened? We won?
Oh, spoiler alert.
God.
In case you didn't know.
Episode over. See y'all.
So we won. Goodbye. But yes, so we're going to obviously start the way we always do with some fun news and notes about what's happening with NWSL, what's happening with the U.S. Women's National Team, and anything else that we find amusing or something we think that you guys should enjoy hearing. And then we'll obviously break down this game recap, which I know we won, but there's really not a whole lot to really go over.
Yeah, but we also want to just give you this caveat for those of you who've been following us on 110 Football as well. We are both on tomorrow. So
Oh, yeah.
We are not going to give you everything we've got today. I'm just saying, you're going to have to still tune into 110 Football tomorrow at 4 p.m.
We have some fun stuff planned.
Angels wear boots, and you'll get to hear my player rankings.
Yes, this is first time Nina gets to rank the players. And if you watch the show in the past, then you know like that's a big deal. And there can be a lot of judgment and criticism. So I think Nina's going to do an amazing job because she understands the game so well. If I were doing player rankings, I'd be like, they kick the ball while running, 10, 10, 10, because I can't do that. But it's going to be great. So tune in tomorrow. We're going to give you a little, as my one of my favorite words is an amuse-bouche, which I feel like this podcast is going to be.
It is one of your favorite words.
It's like a little teaser, appetizer before the big meal, which will be the show tomorrow. But we are definitely going to give you a good chunk and a good portion today. Thankfully, we got to finish an amazing meal with this game and this win, unlike the last one where we were teased.
Our cacio e pepe.
We did, yes. I mean, I think it was even bigger than that. I don't know. It was like tomahawk steaks for everyone. It was great.
Your voice is starting to get a little raspy there too.
I know. I've got like my Phoebe Buffet smelly cat voice going on between Friday night and this weekend, and white girl woohooing it because that's all we do. There's not much left going on here. And so hopefully it's not distracting. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you prefer it over my regular voice, I'll do whatever I can to like scream all weekend so that I can come into the podcast like this.
So you can be raspy.
So I can be raspy. Like,
let's start with our news then. We've only, last week we had thousands of pages worth of news, but we've narrowed it down today.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was broke up a little bit, like 10 minutes there, 10 minutes here. Instead, it was like 20 minutes there, like
3 minutes here. Yeah,
it really is. There's not a lot going on.
Yeah, for those of you who are big women's soccer fans, lots happening in the Women's Euros right now. They are breaking and re-breaking attendance records, and you're seeing some amazing play out there. So if you need a little extra fix after this weekend, make sure you head on over and check them out doing amazing things. And, keep your eye out. There's this keeper over there, Amuth. And I've heard of her. I've heard that she might be coming.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should be expecting her any day. But let me tell you, she's not sliding into any open position right now. And when we go over this game recap and highlight some of the things that happen, yeah, you'll know exactly what that means if you don't already. But I mean, it's going to be exciting to having somebody like her on our team in the event that we need another keeper. I think right now we've got one heck of a keeper on Angel City. So that's exciting.
Yeah. In other news, the U.S. women's national team has qualified for the 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. With the 5-0 victory against Jamaica at the CONCACAF W Championship on Thursday, combined with Haiti's 3-0 win over Mexico in the second game of the day, the U.S. women's national team have secured the top 2 spot. Meaning we can either finish first or second, which means we are in the World Cup officially. We are currently atop our group ahead of Haiti, Jamaica, and Mexico, following our 2 victories from our 2 opening games. Go, girls, go.
Yeah, that's so exciting. If you're a fan of Mexico's women, of course, and I think a lot of us are, we definitely would root for them. And I think we're all looking forward to the fun things that are going to be coming to the bank, which we'll talk about that here in just a second. I want to highlight some things, but because they've already clinched and everything, Mexico is actually going to face off in a group stage action against the U.S. women's national team. But unfortunately, Mexico has a really slim chance of making it after their 2 losses that they had in. So unfortunately, they did not have a good run down in Monterrey whenever they played. So we'll see what happens. It's not impossible, I don't think. I think mathematically they can, but it's going to be very hard, especially if they're going to be playing the U.S. women. So a lot of it rides on that and how well our women play against them. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can recap that and everything.
I will say this schedule worked out very well for us, though, because as we go into this game to take on San Diego Wave, they are missing 3 very, very key players for them. Naomi Girma is on international duty. Taylor Korniak, international duty. And of course, the current Golden Boot holder, the girl doing the most, who's already broken the record from last season on goals for the season halfway through. Alex Morgan still on international duty. Thank God.
Now, I have some issues.
I know.
I have some issues.
This is a soccer podcast.
Wow. Remember your
Spread your abundant humor.
Remember your fortune cookie, Nina? I think you just manifested that.
Dude, I did that.
I have some issues, and I know we were going to talk about Wow, you were cracking yourself up right now.
I got a fortune cookie that told me to spread my abundant humor with others.
That was her abundant humor, everyone.
You're welcome.
Thank you. No, I have some issues, and I don't want to.
I'm sorry.
I want to talk about it, but obviously it's something that we may talk about tomorrow on the show as well.
No,
but
go ahead. Spread your issues.
My issues are, listen, coming into this season, we always knew San Diego and ACFC, no matter how good they were leading up into this rivalry, we always knew it was going to be a marquee matchup. We always knew it was going to be a big deal. So why did they schedule it right in the middle of an international break of sorts where they knew players were going to be gone? At the end of the day, no one can say, oh, had those players been here, that the result would have been different, because we don't know. It
probably would have been.
It's all a bunch of speculation. You shut your mouth. It's all a bunch of speculation. But the fact that we can speculate at all is what bothers me. I don't ever want to go into a rivalry against a team without our forces all strong. Meaning there should never be at the end of the day a questions of, you might not have won. I hate that. Yeah. And I feel like going into the schedule and knowing when a lot of this stuff's happening, or at least knowing in the summer, like, hey, at some point in June or July, whenever it is, there's going to be players gone. Let's make sure we have whatever it takes to make sure squads are full strength, so that there's none of these, what if, should have, could have, would have scenarios. Because if I beat a team, or my team, I'm not beating them, obviously, but if we beat a team, I don't want my crosstown, my cross country, my cross whatever rivals they are, I don't want them to ever be able to pull out of their back pocket something like well, yeah, you won, but if this would have been the case, you probably wouldn't have. But guess what? We don't know. We won. That's all that matters. Spoiler alert. I'm just a little upset that
you keep giving away the ending.
I'm just a little upset that there wasn't a little bit more foresight in the scheduling for them to not know that this rivalry, being the first time two expansion teams in the same year came together, that we would be without key players.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I hear you. I hear you completely. And I understand. And with that said, I think for a fact, without them not having those three players, I know we didn't have Gilles. We didn't have Savannah McCaskill. For sure. I get it.
Yeah, we were definitely without players too. So let's not forget that we were without our leading goal scorer.
Our leading goal scorer is 8 goals behind their leading goal scorer.
I know.
So
I know.
I think it's a different game. I think their corner kicks are a little more deadly if they have Korniak as a target in the box.
She's incredible.
It's really hard to say, but you know what?
End of the day, it doesn't matter.
End of the day, we won.
Yeah, we won. We keep spoiling the ending, man. We're awful.
All right, so let's actually get into these lineups, because we've told you who wasn't there. No Gilles, no McCaskill, no Alex, no Korniak, no Germa.
We did have some people back, though, which was exciting. So I'm excited to highlight that.
So for San Diego Waves, starting in goal, number 21, Carly Telford. Starting defense, the captain and back, number 2, Abby Dahlkemper. Okay. Also on defense, number 18, Kaylee Reel. Number 19, Tegan McGrady. Number 20, Kristen Westfall. And in the midfield, number 14, Kristen McNabb. Danger. Number 15, Mackenzie Doniak. Number 20. Oh, sorry. She was forward. See, this is let me go off on game cards again.
Okay, hold on. Nina's got a rant.
I have a rant every time. But they listed this in the most ridiculous order. It's not alphabetical. It's not numeric. And it goes defense, midfield, forward. What? Who are you?
Sounds like dance steps. Defense, midfield, forward. Sorry.
So, of course, as I'm going through it, I announced Doniak as a midfield because that's where she should be based on their lineup card. But no. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's some weird code and it spells out something if you're able to figure out what it means. No.
I was going to try. Anyways. All right. In the midfield, number 23, Bella Breed. In the midfield, number 5, Emily Van Egman. And at forward, number 6, Kelsey Turnbow, number 27, Marlene Schimmer, and of course, as already mentioned, Mackenzie Doniak, led into the game by Casey Stoney, head coach who sits on a cooler.
She sat on a cooler since the very first game, and I love it. It makes me laugh so much. I just wonder, what is it about the cooler? I need to know.
I wonder what in her life made her like, is it a nervous tick? Like, I have to sit?
Is there some magic
Like,
powers in the cooler? Yeah, I do. I have to stand. There's no actual sitting for me. It's, I don't know. It's weird. Either way. Their keeper.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for just a second. It's not their normal keeper either. Now, granted, I feel like the goals we scored were great goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I certainly can't say that, a more experienced, more, starting keeper that they're used to having would have had any better luck, because I thought they were great goals. So that's good. It wasn't like a lucky thing. I mean, although we did 5-hole her on one. I love those kind. Either way, but yeah, their normal keeper actually was not there. She wasn't even in the 18, I don't think.
Yeah,
so I don't know what's going on with that. I really didn't look into it, nor do I care. They can figure that out for themselves.
Yeah, but let's talk through our injury report that was put out before anyone ever took to the pitch, because this had me a little nervy nerves.
This is so interesting. Yeah, like, because
lots of questionable.
There's a lot of questionable, and I was like, is this a tactic too?
I wouldn't put it past us.
How much is it a tactic to say, yeah, they might not be there, and then have them plan for them not being, and then be like, haha, psych, they're there.
Yeah. So questionable: Simone Charlie, Clarice Lebion, Sydney Leroux, Savannah McCaskill. I don't want to give anything away, but 3 of our 4 questionable players played.
Right. I mean,
players gonna play, play.
Which was the 4th one?
McCaskill.
Play?
She did not play. Oh, no. I said 3 out of 4. So 3. Simone Charlie played.
Got it.
Clarice Lebion played. Sydney Leroux ended up playing. And they were all 3 questionable. Then, of course, we had the people out that we knew would be out. Allison Swaby and Vanessa Gilles, as we mentioned, on international duty. And our longtime outs, Sarah Gordon, Christen Press, M.A. Vignola, and Jasmine Spencer. Can you come back?
Out. Yeah, we're ready for you. It's so weird, though. To me, you've got 2 people that were questionable that started.
Yeah.
So how questionable are they if they're like starting? I feel like people, when they're questionable, it's kind of one of those like, okay, you're good enough to play. Mm-hmm. Let's see how we do without you, so that we don't like further
so we don't have to hurt you.
But no, they started.
But it's like also our rival. So bring out the guns.
Again, I feel like it was some kind of tactic too.
It probably was.
So like disarm them, like, oh, they might not be there. Okay, cool. Let's start our second keeper. All right, let me get into these lineup cards are fun. All right, so goalkeeper, obviously Didi Harachich holding it down in goal, and boy did she. Forward position, we've got June Endo, Sydney Leroux, and Miri Taylor. In the midfield, we've got Lebion, Lily Nabet, Danny Weatherholt. And then defenders, we've got Tyler Lucy, Paige Nielsen, Megan Reed, and Allie Riley. Now,
let's go.
In the subs, I think it's worth mentioning, we do have Simone Charlie. Mm-hmm. We've got Carrie Riccaro, who was out last time for COVID protocol. Wow. COVID protocol. We've got Hope Breslin. We've got Stephanie Ferreira Van Ginkel. We've got Madison Hammond. We got our backup keeper, Brittany Eisenhower. And we have Claire Emslie.
Let's go.
Which she got here, I think, Tuesday is what they said.
Yeah.
She got here Tuesday. She said she was able to enjoy LA Wednesday.
And then
train with the team on Thursday. And then, let's just go to the game.
Yeah.
And we'll continue this story
right into this
in a little bit. Because wow.
Yeah. This was quite the matchup. So Angel City kick off the match, and there's an early foul on Allie Riley by Schimmer, who accidentally kind of knees Riley in the stomach to start out the game.
Yeah.
Right after that, Reed fouls Doniak, bodying up and pushing on her, giving Dahlkemper a free kick at the top of the attacking third, which is easily collected by Didi. And I feel like these first 5-6 minutes are what set the tone. You know, there's a lot of aggressive play, a lot of fouls, but the referee was there. Inconsistency, like to the extreme, but
the referee was there.
He was there.
He was in the building.
This is what happens when only men are refereeing. I'm sorry. We should have had women.
It wasn't all men refereeing crew today. I think we should point that out. I don't know if they draw them out of a hat. I don't know how they choose who
Put
they're
them
doing.
back.
But I don't know. It was
Put 'em
interesting, but yeah, that was very, very interesting because I've seen definitely things going forward that they called. I thought that, I don't know.
All right, let's get into the fun, though. In the 9th minute, Angel City gets on the board. LaRue easily finds Endo at the top of the penalty area. Allie Riley has a great overlapping run and is able to put it across goal through Telford's legs, and that is Riley's first NWSL goal.
Oh my goodness. It's hard to believe that it was her first goal. She's been around
brilliant
for a while, but she's actually never scored a goal in the NWSL. That's insane. And yes, it was a 5-hole goal.
Say it again.
A 5-hole goal. I love it. Right through her legs. Love that for her.
Yeah, totally. Allie Riley's such a sweetheart. And, she's our captain.
She is our captain. Well deserved. And, we actually have a few firsts. And maybe we'll just do that at the end of the recap.
We'll run down the firsts
We're going to run down how many firsts there were for this match. But that is the first of this pod.
In the 13th minute, San Diego Wave weren't going to just lay down. And Doniak actually fires straight at goal, but that one's easily saved by Didi. In the 14th minute, Wave get a corner kick, but they're not as deadly without Korniak in the mix up there.
No, her height and her aggressiveness there in the box is something that you definitely have to take note of. And not having it definitely helped us out.
Absolutely.
I'm sure San Diego was definitely missing her. But let's talk about Clarice Lebion.
Ooh, yeah. Watching her dribble is fun. She has great control of the ball and she seems very natural on it. Like just her possession and her ability to take it around people. I just feel like she's missing that little finish. She's almost there. She can take it down, but then once it comes to connecting to someone else,
kind of fizzles out a little.
Yeah.
I know Lauren Sesselman on the show, she always said that she has such a high soccer IQ. Lebion does. And I think you see that. And I don't know, maybe it's just a matter of sometimes this is the case when you are so good at your game and everyone else is trying to get to that same level, it actually makes it look like you're messing up. But sometimes the things you're doing with the ball are smart things that other people haven't quite yet picked up on.
Yeah, definitely.
And that could definitely have been something early on because I didn't understand it. Early on with Lebion, I didn't understand it as much because, again, my soccer IQ compared to, former players, someone like yourself who's coached and been involved in it, we always see are people kicking the ball and someone else intercepting it or something. Like you don't always understand what their roles are and what they mean and why was that okay, like not, why were they not upset about it? Like, cause there's something more there that they understand. And I kind of feel like that might've been the way with her, but maybe as people are adapting to her and understanding what she's trying to do with the ball, I think it makes more sense.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think if she could learn how to just make that one final step when it comes to it, after she controls the ball and does so many great things with it, then, magic is going to happen.
Absolutely. Something that was not magical in the 22nd minute. Tyler Lucy gets a yellow card for a foul committing.
Same color as my wine.
Gets a foul. She kind of comes up behind Turnbow and she kind of gives her a little bear hug, And then
it's a little aggressive.
Sure if the yellow card is for the foul or the fact that she kind of kicks the ball away before the restart, a little back heel there.
She back heel past it, out of bounds, I don't know. But you're right. I'm not sure if it was more for the bear hug, the love she was giving San Diego, because hey, hi. Welcome to LA.
Just trying to be hospitable.
Or it was a little bit of the attitude afterwards. But either way, that would be a very crucial mistake if that were the case.
And here's the thing though. Tyler Lucy is used to playing forward. And I think as a forward, a yellow card in the 22nd minute, not a huge deal. But as a defender, when you get a yellow that early, it's not great.
No, because I feel like you have to play very tentative. You have to be you have to take it back a notch.
Nothing about Tyler Lucy is tentative either.
No, she's very aggressive. She's like a little chihuahua out there, nipping at the heels. She will get you. She's fast. She's quick on the ball. And she has no fear. And that's unfortunate whenever you're on a yellow card because you have to be you have to have a little bit of that fear,
a little restraint.
Absolutely. And you do not want your defensive, players to have to be worried about
Mhm.
that, because then you start thinking too much, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem to affect us for the most part, at least not the first half.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, each team seems to be doing a really good job defensively. The Wave are having trouble getting into the attacking third and into the penalty area, and they're actually having to be forced to shoot from distance.
Yeah, and we're definitely shutting them down, which is a good thing, because a lot of times I feel like we play way too much with the ball in the box and we have a
Mhm.
problem clearing it. And the fact that we're even letting them inside the box is a problem all its own. So,
I mean, we see that later on. Spoiler alert.
what? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
In the 32nd minute, Endo is fouled, and the referee calls play on. Angel City are able to regain the ball and play it into the box. And in the moment, I'm just wanting this like handball called. Like, it's ridiculous, but nothing. No foul, no call. So we get fouled. Think it's a handball. Probably wasn't a handball, but I wanted it to be a handball.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's
I would
the
like
thing.
to have seen the replay. I never got to see a replay.
Yeah, no, they weren't going to show that.
Yeah, it's probably because it wasn't. I think if they would have looked at it, if they replayed it up in the booth.
But they can't. There's no VAR.
No, but I think they would have put it on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we could
So
all
we
get
could
mad and throw stuff.
Yeah. But what I really like is in this moment watching Endo, because when she's playing, she's aggressive. And when she gets fouled or when somebody comes at her hard and she takes a tumble, she is instantly back up. She's not waiting. She's not rolling around on the ground. She is go, go, go. And I love it. I love to see that.
Yeah, she's definitely here to play. She's not here to mess around and try to, pull some kind of, wool over the eyes and get calls that aren't there. Like, hey, you didn't call it. I'm certainly not going to be caught standing here while everyone else is playing on. She wants to be a part of the play. And yeah, I mean, they were all over the place. And I think at one point it was funny because I was watching like Endo and Mary Taylor.
Ooh, yeah.
They were on one side, then they switched. And then they switched again, or as like I like to say, they flip-flopped. So we had all kinds.
I'm the humor today.
We had all kinds of chanclas going on around here. Chanclasico. We had Endo and Taylor with a little chancla action. So
dead with you.
But yeah, so it was kind of interesting, and you kind of wonder in those moments, like, what made that happen? Is that, I mean, what did Freya say to them to say, hey, switch sides?
Yeah, what did we miss?
Back? Yeah, I don't know. Did they just do that instinctively? Because at some point I'm like, wait, why is Endo over here? She plays over there. But then I saw Taylor over there. So I'm like, well, clearly they've switched. And now they switch back. So yeah, chanclas all around. I'm wearing mine right now.
I'm barefoot because I'm on camera and you can't see my feet.
That's true. Thank God. JR would be so happy. He hates me. Anyways.
Right. In the 44th minute, Endo tries to play the ball through. I can speak to LaRue, but Telford is able to collect it. In the 45th minute, as the half is finishing out, Lebion has a dangerous foul at the top of the 18, and Dahlkemper is able to take this shot. And it's a beautiful shot, but fortunately bounces off the crossbar.
Whew, thank goodness. Thank goodness. We're going to go into the half and we're going to be up 1-0. I want to say everybody expected that, but I don't know if they did. I don't know what anybody's expectation coming into this matchup were. We know San Diego is a tough team. They've been the top of the table pretty much all season long. However, as we said at the beginning, we also knew that they were coming in here missing some very key pieces. So us being up 1-0 at the half, I hope that wasn't surprising to anybody. I hope that people are like, yeah, they definitely can hold their own with San Diego, and they certainly did it. So, I mean, that's got to be a fun way to go into the half. I wish we could just hear what happens at half. I never know.
I mean, I really hope that at halftime they were saying, hey, you got to watch out for this girl McNabb. She's winning a lot of duels. She's becoming really threatening. Let's keep an eye on her. Yeah. Foreshadowing.
She's foreshadowing again. Man, we are super bad at spoiling things.
Well, I just know people don't like surprises like me.
I love surprises. But either way, we're going to come out of the half. We are going to make some subs.
Yes, at the halftime, and we saw Mary Taylor sub out, and in comes Claire Em-Slie making her debut.
Whoop, whoop,
That's another one.
That's another one. Yes, we have first time Em-Slie has been on the pitch for Angel City. So next first, so exciting to see her. I'm so excited for her, to be honest. I have Scottish roots. I don't know if you knew this.
Are you going to do the rest of the podcast with a Scottish accent?
With
with your raspy voice?
I don't know how raspy Scottish accent would even go. Every time I think of Scottish accent, I just harness my inner Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, go. Do it, please.
No. No.
That'll be later. All right.
That'll be the fluff.
In the 47th Mindo.
I
I was going to say Endo, but
47 Mindo.
in the 47th minute, Endo chips the ball in for Sydney Leroux, and she tries to bicycle kick it, but can't quite get it. But man, I wanted it so bad.
How exciting would that have been? What a way to start off the second half. A bicycle kick from Leroux. Come on, get out of here. That would be amazing.
I know. In the 51st minute, Leroux gave us something to scream about again. Lucy passes the ball into Leroux, and Leroux fires, and she finds the back of the net. But it is called offside.
Oh, that was so exciting. And it doesn't even matter because, like you said, VAR, it doesn't exist. It was what it was.
Womp,
it was hard to
womp.
even see from the angle we were. But I think the commentators mentioned something like it was closer than they thought. Meaning,
Yes.
like, they thought it was obviously offside. And then they went back in the replay and they're like, well, I mean, it probably, if we had VAR, would have been something that maybe they could have gone back and reviewed. I don't know. Either way, doesn't make us skip a beat. It's all good.
The frustrating part, though, is like the smoke goes off. Everyone in the stadium is celebrating, but the referee was right on top of it.
Yeah.
So I got frustrated. I mean, for those of you who don't know, when you're watching a soccer match and you want to know whether a goal is being called as a definitive goal or not, the signal for a referee when they're allowing the goal and they say, yeah, this is a goal, let's go. They tuck their flag under their arm and they jog back to the top of the 18 for their starting positions for the kickoff. That's how you know a referee is like, yeah, we good. If you sit there and you see the referee with the flag up, it means it's a no-go.
So I'd like to know if someone has the answer to this question, if you're part of the SG or up in the capital stands, who's in charge of the smoke? Like, who's the one who says go? Because, like, is there like a waiting period? Do you have like a grace period of like, hold on, let's just make sure? Okay.
Well, you want it right away, but like the referee was on it. So
yeah. Okay. He was way on it, so it was very obvious. It wasn't like one of those situations where, like, 30 seconds later, the guy's like, let's review this because you can't. So anyways, I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Called offside.
Whatever.
Thankfully, that would not be a factor at the end result.
Oh my God. If it had been,
yes,
this would have been a different podcast. This would have been like a throwing things podcast. There would be damage.
This would be our second glass of wine at this point.
In the 56th minute, Wave sub in number 33 Johnson for Doniak. And in the 60th minute, Kristen McNabb, who we talked about at halftime, is able to put the ball away to equalize. Johnson plays the ball at past Weatherholt, and Lucy is caught kind of pinching up a little bit, and that ball just slides perfectly past Dee.
I'm just trying to find where you're at in the notes. Sorry.
I thought you were giving a dramatic pause because you were angry like me.
I mean, yeah, please, we can be angry for a minute.
Dramatic pause.
What I like about this podcast right now is literally Nina just giving the game recap and me just interjecting like fun little quips and facts and stuff. So
I do want to shout out though. Some of you are joining us live and we love you. Caitlin, let's go. Thank you so much for the love.
I do love that. Yes. No, it's all good. This is going to be fun. I hope this becomes more of a thing because it'd be fun to interact with you all. But either way, we made it to the 61st minute. Let me at least recap something.
Go for it.
So Wave says, oh no, don't move the notes. Wow, that was rude.
The humor.
That's not humor. That's sabotage.
No, it's humorous for me.
Wow. Your humor is far different than most people's, Dina.
Yes.
What you think is funny is most of us just raise our eyebrows too.
I'm going to spread my humor.
Lord, have mercy. Help us all. All right. In the 61st minute, Wave has a dangerous free kick, setting the wall with Nabet. And I can't believe I need you to talk about this because this makes me laugh a little bit.
I might have been screaming when we were
Nina is so upset about Nabet. Upset with Nabet.
This moment, I put myself in Didi's mindset. I am the keeper. I am trying to set the wall. And my defender, who is with the wall with me, has one job. You hook Junendo like this, And you watch. So she should be
actually she should turn around. This should be the back of Nina, everybody.
So I turn around, I hook the player next to me so that way we can start to set this wall up. And I look at the keeper and I don't take my eyes off the keeper until the keeper tells me I'm set. And Nabet kept moving and she kept turning around. And I saw Didi, hey, because she's trying to get the wall set. You got to get that wall perfectly lined up with that post so Didi can cover the other half of the goal.
I feel like if Didi had something to throw at her, she would have been like, get your head in the game. I need you here. And you know what? She was exactly right.
That's exactly where they took the shot. They saw Didi and Nabet not communicating, not linking up. They saw Nabet moving as Didi is trying to set the wall and continuing to pinch in, leaving that open corner so they could have easily gone near post. And that's where she shoots it.
Of course. I just love how angry
I was so frustrated because for me, it was something that was so basic. When you're setting the wall, the defense has one job: turn around, face the keeper, and go where they tell you to go. You have a limited amount of time. The referee's not going to wait all the time. And if they want to take that free kick, if the referee blows his whistle, you could be in trouble. And in that situation, we were almost in trouble.
Tell us how you really feel, Nina. Anyways, thankfully, that did not do anything for the scoreline. Thankfully. However,
throwing things.
Nina was very upset.
I feel like this is an episode where I almost needed to break things. Like there was the goal called offside. There was what I'm calling a handball. I don't care if it wasn't in the box.
Fouls not being called.
This was almost a break things podcast.
The only thing that prevented you from breaking things, I think, was our win.
Yes.
If we had lost or even maybe tied, I think you would see one less wine glass on this podcast right now.
Yeah, probably. Are you hooking around your microphone? So that it's like when people get married and they like twist their arms and drink the champagne together, but she's doing it with herself in the microphone.
I love this so much. Anyways, so in the 63rd minute, the Wave corner kick not cleared, which obviously from the beginning of time, this has been a frustration of ours, is just not being able to clear the ball. We have gotten caught, I'm sorry, but with our pants down so many times because unable to clear the ball. And it's like, just get it out. Thankfully, we got really lucky. Turnbow, she's able to get a shot off and it goes off the inside of the post. And oh my gosh, were we sweating? It bounced out.
Yeah.
It almost looked like it went in. We got so lucky. But I think
lucky.
That came off, unfortunately, on a poor clearance by, I think it was LaRue, unfortunately. But
yeah,
you know what? It happens. I mean, she did so many great things in this match. I'll let that one slide.
We'll forgive this one.
Absolutely.
In the 64th minute, Shimmer dribbles the ball straight down at goal and fires, but that goes wide. Waver definitely coming at us and trying to take a win away from us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you could definitely see that they turned things on and yeah.
In the 65th minute, McNabb takes a ball to the face and Danny also gets a small knock. They're unable to stay on the pitch because the trainer came out. So they come off and then they go right back on. Both seem okay. And then I don't know if you know about this. My 66th minute meeting note.
What is going on? What?
Tell people what I wrote for you.
Why does our 66th minute note say striptease?
So they don't show this on the match replay. So if you were watching on Paramount Plus, you didn't get the striptease that the rest of us in the stadium were treated to. In the stadium on the Jumbotron, they pan to this gentleman sitting, I think, in like the field club area. And he decides he's going to sit there and he starts like gyrating for everybody. He actually takes his jersey off.
Oh my God.
And is literally doing like stripper moves.
Are you kidding?
He pulled out his credit card at one point and another lady.
You said pulled out his credit. Thank God. I did not know where this was going.
There was a woman in front of him too that tried to hand him her credit card.
What?
It was ridiculous. And they kept coming back to this man. So if you have problems with the wave at games, how do you feel about a striptease?
I guess it all depends on who it is taking off their shirt. I mean, it doesn't take as long for that to happen as the wave, so I don't know. But that's quite interesting. I have to say, I'm so sorry that I missed it, but I mean, it is what it is. Maybe everyone was very entertained, and that's okay. But either way, we should probably get back to the game, and that's okay.
And that's what we do. In the 67th minute, the Wave makes some subs. Number 7, Ollie comes in for Breed, and Ricardo and Hammond sub in for Nabet and Riley. I like this. I don't like the Riley sub out. I feel like Riley's our captain. I want her in as much as possible. I love her presence on the field, but I think Hammond is a good sub. I like her energy.
I like
think
Hammond.
She's solid.
Yeah, no, I do. I like Hammond a lot.
Not too mad about that, but I was really happy to see Ricardo come in for Nabet. I know Nabet is just getting her first start. Like, it's a lot to go 90 minutes. And I think we downplay that a little bit, but I do feel like Ricardo brought something different to the position. I feel like Ricardo's experience in the position from being in it for most of the season now has value.
Yes, I would agree. I'm a big fan.
So
anyways,
O-Em-Slie has shown some creative play, but not fully finding the opening that she needs. In the 70th minute, June Endo has a great run. She plays it out to Sydney, who dumps it back to Hammond for a great strike and a diving save from the Wave. In the 74th minute, Nielsen with a foul at midfield, and it kind of slows the game for a second. It's kind of a weak call, and I'm not sure how that earned her the yellow.
I mean, again, like we were saying in the beginning, I saw so many things that could have been even a foul that were bigger than what this was, and we didn't even get a call. Mm-hmm. So again, I asked you earlier, was inconsistency in refereeing a class that they all have to take? Because they all seem to know it really well.
Well, the hard part is all of the laws say in the opinion of the referee. And so that's what we have to live with.
Yes, exactly. I want to look at something real quick in the notes.
Oh, I'm terrified now.
Yeah. We've missed one really huge thing. And I was like, when is this going to come up?
Oh, what did we miss?
Well, the 59th minute. When San Diego scored.
No, I swear I said that one.
No.
Yeah.
Did you?
And then I did a dramatic pause.
Is that why the dramatic pause was? I was like, but because it was in the 59th minute. That's why.
God. Also, I am sweating.
Right. No, I guess because it was not in the 59th minute. I was waiting for the 59th minutes like conversation. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Anyways, I wanted you to say 59, not 60.
Oh, I apologize.
It was in the 59th minute when they scored. But anyways, I feel like we haven't talked much about that at all. But yes, if you don't know, right now it's tied and we are sweating. Literally in this podcast. In here. Yeah. And on this. But like you said, we have a yellow for Lucy, which means
I don't wanna.
How are we gonna do the rest? How's the rest of this game gonna go?
In the 78th minute, Simone Charlie subs in for Le'Veon. That's how it's gonna go.
Oh, I'm so happy to see.
79th. I talked about the 60th minute, which is actually the 59th minute. You have to tell them about the 79th minute. Go ahead.
I can't wait. So anyway, Simone Charlie came in, which I'm super excited about because, again, we know she has been playing with an Achilles injury, and we didn't know how severe it was. We talked about this on the last podcast. We're like, oh, is it, did she tear it? What'd she do? Clearly, she good to go.
She good to
because
go.
She is fast. She comes in for Le'Veon, and thankfully she makes an impact. I think she does a lot of great things, and we see her come up big a few times. But I just want to see her score. I just want to see her score. So
okay,
bad.
Now you make the people mad. Talk about the 79th minute.
All right, so Didi plays the ball up. It's a weak ball, and Lucy has to track back to defend. And unfortunately, she catches the back of a Wave player, and a foul is called. And I just don't know how I feel about this. Like I said, it feels very similar to what happened to June Endo at the very beginning of the game. And unfortunately, they didn't even call a foul, but yet this is enough to call a yellow. And you know what that means? A double yellow means it's a single red. And a single red is very sad.
It means we lose a player and we lose Lucy for the next match.
Yeah, so we lose her in this game. It's 1-1 right now for San Diego and us, and they are definitely knocking on the door some more. They've been very aggressive the second half, and now we are losing a key defender, essentially. Yeah. It's so frustrating. I mean, I don't know. What were your thoughts on that?
I couldn't even figure it out. I felt like how Lucy felt. Like when they zoomed in on her face, she's like,
yeah. I think we all felt that way.
Like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, it's definitely a foul, but I don't feel like it was a yellow card offense. And this is why, as a defender, you can't pick up a yellow in the 22nd minute.
Yeah, but it's also frustrating because I don't think she felt or anyone else felt like she was doing anything aggressive. But, because what do you do in that moment? if you're on a yellow and you're like going, I mean, do you take the foot off the gas? Because
you can't.
No,
we're in a tie situation at the moment. You can't take your foot off the gas. You're at home. We need the 3 points. And you know what? Charlie saw that opportunity as well. And in the 79th minute, Charlie kind of took on the entire San Diego defense. And that's why she was brought in. She's got fresh legs. She's got that spunk and that energy.
Yes.
She's able to go past the keeper, and the defense comes up big, unfortunately able to stop her. But in the 81st minute, the Angel City attack continues as Carrie Recaro passes it up, and LaRue is able to pull that defense to the middle. Great dummy play and great awareness by LaRue to allow that ball through, and O-Em-Slie is able to run on and score.
Oh my gosh. So
O-Em-Slie.
O-Em-Slie. Can you I mean, again, talking about that first goal for Angel City, for Claire Emslie. And boy, was it amazing. And I just want to take it back a minute and talk a little bit about LaRue and the restraint that you have to have in that moment to see a ball that you could make a play on and do something with, but to have the wherewithal and the understanding that there's someone right there that can actually take the ball and do more with it. And thankfully, your decoy is pulling people off her because she was completely unmarked. Completely unmarked. I cannot believe it. And thankfully, she has some intense finishing skills. And oh my gosh, let's talk about another first.
Get it. Tell them.
All right. So if you guys didn't know this, Claire Emslie's goal was actually the first ACFC goal scored on the supporters' end of the actual stadium. Oh my God. It was amazing. Every other goal that has been scored has been on the south end. This was a north end goal, guys.
That's what we love. Give it to the supporters. They need this. They put their hearts out there for every match.
I love
for
this
90
for
plus
them.
minutes. Let's go.
I love this for them because they are such an integral part of the game. And I know that the players feel it. So anytime that they can score a goal on that end and close to them and kind of like embrace all of that energy and everything, I think it's incredible. And for it to be someone like Claire Emslie, who it's her first goal, first time on the pitch. I mean, seriously, I mean, she's been there like for a cup of coffee at this point, and that's it. And she got to have that experience, and it was such a good goal. I mean, everything about that play I loved, and I feel like to see more of it.
It's in this moment that as a team, you have to rally. In the 83rd minute, I found myself like sitting on the edge of my seat as the Angel City defense was struggling to clear the ball. Endo and Didi started cramping up. And, you know, in the 86th minute, San Diego Wave had this great corner kick play, but Didi is able to come up with a fingertip save. And I think it's at that moment when, you know, you've got like 5 minutes left and your keeper comes up big for you.
Oh, and you're a person.
You lock it down.
And you're a person down. You're a player down still. We're playing with 10 players. Like, seriously. And they're knocking on the door.
Stress. In the 87th minute, we're watching those final minutes click down, and San Diego Wave on the attack again with one shot going over the crossbar and another one saved by Didi. The fourth official announces 4 whole minutes of stoppage time.
The longest
thank you.
4 minutes of everyone's life.
But within those 4 minutes of stoppage time, we had another milestone.
Yes.
Not necessarily
it's first for her.
Yeah.
First time she's cleared 10,000 minutes.
We're talking about Sydney LaRue.
Yes.
10,000 minutes, 10 seasons, 121 games played, and 39 goals.
Whew. Too bad she couldn't make it 40 tonight. That would have been great. That would have been a fun little round number.
That would have been a nice one.
10,000 minutes, 40 goals. But either way, she was still such a force out there on there. You can just see her speed. You can just see her maturity. And you can see why they decided to grab her as a player. And I love it.
Yeah. In the end of stoppage time at around the 93rd minute,
rant. Nina, I want you to rant about this.
So the ball hits the referee.
Yes.
And he decides to call a drop ball. And this makes no sense to me because I didn't feel like it was having a material impact on the game. If anything, it's just extending the play longer. And as a referee, you're taught that if the ball hits you, it's almost as if the ball bounces off the crossbar. It's just part of the play. You don't need to stop it. And he takes this opportunity to remind everyone that he's the big man in charge. And he blows his whistle and he calls for a drop ball that actually ends up giving Angel City more of an advantage than if he had just let the ball play.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how it happens. And like you said, I've never really seen that. I mean, I've seen referees get hit and them be deflected, but usually it's just a play on situation. It's just part of the game. And so it's kind of weird. But
yeah,
either way, thankfully it was not impactful at all in anything that happened. And the result would end up being the same, which was
2-1.
Woo!
Let's go. Everyone in the stadium was on their feet to end the match, cheering, so excited. Holy we did it.
Yes. Everyone in the stadium means sold out, 22,000. Shout out to everyone that showed up. I mean, it was definitely a game that I wish I could have been there for. I know the energy would have been insane and electric.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I'm so glad for anybody that was there and able to experience it, because it sounded like it was an incredible, incredible experience.
And we got to shout out the official soccer mom for Angel City, Jennifer Garner, who actually was giving away orange slices at the end of the game.
What?
She brought her little Tupperware and she handed out orange slices to the players and some of the supporters.
Stop.
I love it. It was so cute.
That's adorable. All right. So let's talk about this game real quick, because I think I saw a statement somewhere out there where it said San Diego had everything and came away with nothing. Meaning,
I mean,
they kind of had a lot of the possession, a lot of the shots,
a lot of corner
a lot
kicks,
of the accuracy, everything, but they didn't get the win.
Sucks for you.
And that's all that matters. And you know what? The funny thing is, we've been on that side of things. We have been on the statistical side of things where we had everything but the win.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters at the end.
They had 19 shots to our 9. We each had 4 on target. Possession, 43% Angel City, 57 for the Wave. Passes, they outpassed us by about 100, and their pass accuracy was only slightly better at 67% to our 62. Angel City with 9 fouls to their 7, but coming away with, those yellow cards. So, that one red, just not so great. 2 offsides for Angel City, none for the Wave. 2 corners for Angel City, still have yet to do anything with the corner kick situation, but 7 for the Wave, who are usually very deadly in those.
Is anyone counting the amount of corner kicks we have taken
without
an actual goal conversion?
I don't want to.
It's got to end soon.
It's got to be at least 60 at this point.
No, absolutely, because I feel like we were close to that prior.
You want to know what streak did come to an end, though? San Diego Wave coming into this match were unbeaten in their last 5, and we went and said, nope.
Yes, we ended their streak, which is good, because we have been so good at keeping streaks alive for other teams.
Right? Finally, we break our streak of not breaking streaks.
Yes. Which, I don't know if you know what that means, but we've come into so many matches where
someone
streak
is
was, they're unbeaten,
won.
So we tied them. So they kept their streak alive, or they've won their last 5 matches and beat us, and then they kept finally a streak that matters that we ended. And I love it. So let's talk about where we're at in the standings and what the table looks like currently.
Yeah, San Diego Wave remain on top in that number 1 position, followed by Chicago Red Stars, Portland Thorns, and then number 4, Angel City. Woo-hoo! Love it. Our goal differential is still negative. We're still at -1, but you know what? I feel like we're turning the tide there. OL Reign right behind us, followed by Houston Dash to round out the people currently in playoff contention.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, obviously with NWSL, it always seems like no lead is safe. I feel like they're always pretty close. Even people that are not in playoff contention can certainly come up and grab those spots with just, a win here, a win there. So we'll see. Let's keep it going. Let's talk about our next game that we're going to have is going to be on July 15th. Going to be at 4:30 p.m. Interesting time.
Especially for a Friday.
Right.
I get it. NC Courage. That's who we're playing. They're not Pacific.
You're right. I mean, it's going to be 7:30 for them. So that does make
But why would you put that on a Friday?
Yeah.
There's only so much time off I get.
Yeah. Make it a Saturday game. So when you've got East Coast, West Coast teams playing, time becomes irrelevant. Whenever you do it on a Friday or a weekday, then it does become important.
Yeah, it's not really fair to our fans.
Someone always is like, ugh, why? But, a fun little 2:00 game on a Saturday would have benefited everyone.
But 4:30 this upcoming Friday against North Carolina Courage. And, I know they are last on the table right now, but I don't want us to sleep on them either, because they do have several games in hand. They've only played 8 matches so far in the season compared to us who've played 11. So they have 3 games in hand.
I mean, here,
you can't sleep on that.
To put the math into perspective, if they were to play 3 games and win all 3, that's 9 points plus their 7. They would have 16 points. They would be pretty much right behind us. Right behind us. They would be in 5th place. So again, like I said, this table is always changing and crazy. So there's no team, no spot that is safe or comfortable. Every game really does matter at this point, and we need as many points as we can. Coming away from this matchup with 3 points is huge.
Yeah, especially considering our next home game is going to be on July 30th against O-Em-Slie, who sit only 1 point behind us on the table with 1 game in hand.
Yeah, and that will be in, as of today, that will be in 20 days. So basically 3 weeks from yesterday.
Plenty of time for your liver.
But we will probably do something for the away game. I mean, it's a Friday at 4:30. Like maybe we'll meet up somewhere after work.
Because you get off at 5 and I get off at 5. So
well, sometimes on Fridays I can make my way out. I can get off a little early and at least make it for kickoff. So if you guys are doing any fun watch parties, we'll keep an eye out for those and maybe come out and hang out with somebody.
We'll see.
Yeah, let us know what you guys are all doing for that away match.
All right. And you know how we like to end this? We got a quote to finish.
It's ending?
Well, we still got to get to our fluff, and I also have to plug the laptop in.
Oh, so we're racing the clock. We've done this game before, and it did not end well.
No, but I believe in us.
Okay.
I believe that we will win.
Okay.
Our quote comes from our president, Julie Ehrman. Angel City is the place to be. You saw tonight that these players are absolutely incredible. They fight with heart. They fight with grit. They are a family, and they will grind it out and get those 3 points, led incredibly well by Freya.
They certainly did that.
Bye. And here's our fluff. Okay, let me get the laptop charger.
Oh my god. Well, that's how we're gonna start our fluff, with Nina leaving the podcast. Great. So it's just me, Panda Fluff and stuff, all by herself. It's cool. No big deal.
101 degrees in here.
It is very hot in here currently, but it's not as hot as it was at 8:30 a.m. on my walk to Starbucks in Palm Springs at 93 degrees. Why didn't anyone tell me it was going to be hot there?
I thought you knew. Palm Springs is always insane.
I know, but it's always hot. It's not like more like deserts usually are a little cooler in the evening and like hot in the midday. Right. It's hot all the time.
All right. So we have a challenge though for this fluff.
Oh, what's our challenge?
Say rivalry week.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Rivalry week.
Say it again.
Rivalry week.
Take a sip of wine and then say it.
I can say it because I've been practicing it because I called everyone out on it. Rivalry week.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Try again.
Rivalry week. It's so hard.
Rivalry week. I can't do it.
I mentioned this to Nina
Rivalry week. If you're in the car alone or even in public, just try to say rivalry.
You want to say rivalry week.
Rivalry week. It's rivalry week here.
Yes, it was.
It's so hard to say.
It was a week of rivalry.
Are we reveling in rivalry? Rivalry week?
Nina can't say it either. It's fine. Rivalry week. I can do it because I practice a lot because I know how hard it is.
What were you doing on your drive back from Palm Springs?
Practicing how to say this. Either way. Anyways, what a fun game. Thank you guys for sticking around for us.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. It's always fun to recap games that are good. Recapping games that are not, or that we played poorly, or it was a bummer, like our last one.
We tend to break things.
No one wants to relive pain, and that was pain. And this is not pain. This is fun. So thank you for reliving the fun with us.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
We've got more to say. So make sure you tune into 110 Football Angels Wear Boots tomorrow at 4 p.m. to catch us.
Yes. Yeah, actually, it's basically going to be a 110 show where it's Angel City Chicks. Because it's me and her, hosted by the amazing and lovely Meg Reyes. So excited to see her. So you might hear a lot of the same things that we're saying because, obviously not everybody watches both things or listens to both things. So there will be a lot of the same stuff, but there will be some fun stuff, fun interviews, some fun, I forget what the question is for the class of 22, but they always have fun questions to the girls, like, what's your favorite concert or stuff.
I don't know if you heard in the last one, they said who would most likely die in a zombie apocalypse. So I voted you as the only person to survive.
On the show?
Out of our co-hosts, yeah.
On the show. Oh, I haven't watched it clearly.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
You did?
I think you'll survive. And JR said the same thing. JR said you would survive the zombie apocalypse.
I do.
But Lauren, Megan, and I all said we would die right away.
Oh, I would. I have no doubt I would actually survive.
JR insulted Sarah Gordon and said he didn't think because she's been injured that she would be able to outrun the zombies easily.
Oh my God.
I'm just putting him on blast real quick.
And Do not insult the amazing Sarah Gordon like that.
She's going to kill him.
I mean, right? Zombies or no.
Also,
she'll be there.
Do you know Sydney Leroux asked permission to wear Sarah's hairstyle?
Oh, yeah. The bubble braid. Or bubble pony, I guess. It wasn't a braid. There was a few bubble ponies. That seems to be a thing, but I don't know. I feel Sarah Gordon, you need to copyright that real quick and then ask for signed permission every time someone wears your bubble pony.
Yeah, why not?
Because it's a vibe. I'm not gonna wear one. I'm afraid.
Oh, I wouldn't dare.
I would not dare unless I got full permission.
Well, it's 1,001 degrees in here, so we are going to go. I opened up a window, but I need to
There's no air. Are you
can
kidding
see
me?
the sweat on our faces. Look at this.
Ugh.
Shiny.
You're disgusting.
You're disgusting. Thanks, everyone.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. We will talk to you again real soon. Bye.